I'm Xistential. I am a musician from Burlington, Vermont. I make alternative pop music with hints of rock and EDM. I'd have to describe myself as relatable. I try to keep everything that I do musically kind of in an area where people can feel like they've experienced something similar or something that they can latch on to. It's important that my music can not influence people, but help make them feel like it's something that they can resonate with. I got 20/20 vision, no, but only if it's subliminal. I'm very particular in the way that I make my music. I don't want it to be so specific that people can't feel like they can relate with it, but I want it to be something that people can hear and experience and feel that is innately unique to them. Something that I make that is about something that I experience, but they can listen to it and relate in their own way with the things that they've experienced. Do I think people connect to my music more than they do me as an artist? I'd have to say yes. I feel like art is innately like that though. I feel like most musicians, most artists in any way, people relate to the creative art more than they will the person who created it. I've been making music since 2013. I've been like actually recording music. And like my first idol ever was Johnny Cash. Like growing up in like an older household with older people, like listening to that type of music, that's who I aspired to. So for me, I always wanted to be a musician. From as old as I can remember, I was writing lyrics, I was learning instruments, I was always musically inspired. So it took a long time, but I started making music that was type beats on YouTube, like Lil Peep type beat, MGK type beat, Juice WRLD type beat, and eventually it evolved so many different ways, and even to this day I make a million different genres of music. If I had to, I'd say it's more alternative for sure. I'd say that my music definitely falls under an alternative electronic category with like some indie, some hip hop, some pop. I listen to everything. It really is such a broad range, and trying to take as much information as I can and put it into a box and just like put that out into the world in every song that I create. From the Ad Astra era to the new era, that was me proving a point to myself and I think to the public. I was going through a lot of changes in my life, a lot of things happening, and really that album from start to end was chronologically me working through that and figuring out what I liked and what I didn't. And even now, like there's songs in that album that I still love and songs that I despise on that album. I think every artist is like that. But it was important to release it in the state that it was in because it was the most honest depiction of that project and what it meant to me, which was it was like a journal. That album was like a journal. I think now the new era is much more refined. It's much more targeted with what I want my music to be seen as. The stuff that I'm working on now, I'd have to say, is definitely my best work. It's also the work that I'm most proud of. It's the art that I most resonate with. And I'm hoping that can be relayed when these songs drop. When I work on a song, I joke a lot and I say that the songs that I work on and the ideas that I come up with are like manic ideas because they come out of nowhere and all of a sudden it's an obsession for like 2 days. Say for example, I go through a breakup and then that's what's on my mind. That's something I'm thinking about. And then all of a sudden, like, it snaps. And that's an idea that I have. I'm like, okay, I want to make a song about this breakup in this way. And I want there to be guitars that are very, like, symphony feeling. And I want a lot of layers. And I want drums that are very percussion-y or orchestral. And then 2 days pass and I'm like, I have a full song. I've worked on this. This is a project that's done. My audience knows more about the final result than they do about the process. And I think that goes for any artist. I don't think a lot of people realize is I struggle a lot with vocal issues. Experiences that make it difficult to pursue this career and to create and feel like I'm at my best 100% of the time. I love making music. I love singing. But there's always a cloud over my head of, like, what if I can't sing today? But it's something I battle through. And to be honest, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love what I do. Honestly, I think with the new release Echo and what to expect, I think a bit of a takeover, honestly. A lot of projects that have been done for a long time that are finally coming to the light of day. Echo's a 2-year-old song at this point. it actually predates a lot of the songs on at Astra. I've performed Echo. It's a song that people will hear and be like, I think I've heard him perform that before, or this sounds familiar. And you know, if it can stick with the songs I'm making now, and you know, it keeps that same quality, I'm, you know, can only imagine what I have ready to be released at any given point, really.